Mr. Secretary, as you know, the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service, the NRCS, assists state and local bodies with flood mitigation and water quality improvements, erosion control, and several things related to that through the Watershed and Flood Prevention Operations Program, which is really important to a state like Mississippi. Like many rural communities and landowners across the country, Mississippi and its people have been hit particularly hard in recent years by excessive rainfall, flooding, and other problems caused by natural disasters. The Watershed and Flood Prevention Operations Program has been invaluable in allowing small towns to recover from these events and, importantly, to prepare for the next one, because we know the next one will be coming as well. But I, along with my staff and many constituents, we have a great respect and don't know what we would do without NRCS, and we appreciate the many services that they provide. But, Mr. Secretary, what is the status of the Watershed and Flood Prevention Operations funding provided in that FY 2022 omnibus? And I'm looking for some feel-good news that it's, being put to very good use, but please share any updates that you may have as to how the funds provided by NRCS in Mississippi are or will soon be utilized to help rural communities and landowners addressing flood, water, and these issues that I've just articulated.
With specifically the $8.4 million, the NRCS folks are working with the local sponsors of the projects that were identified to basically work through the implementation plan. So that process is in place. In addition, the state of Mississippi was the recipient of $47.8 million of additional resources under the bipartisan infrastructure law. Of the $500 million that was allocated under that law for watershed and flood prevention operations, Mississippi receiving $47.8 million of additional resources. So NRCS is working on a variety of projects in Mississippi. My staff will be able to give you the list of the projects that were identified in that $47.8 million. We are working on, for example, a big project with Madison County on a stream bank erosion issue. We know that a lot of the sediment issues in Mississippi are not a result of you're losing your topsoil. It's a result of the banks basically eroding and over time creating some challenges. And so I think you're going to see significant activity in this space in the Mississippi because of the money and resources that have been provided through the appropriations process and through the infrastructure law.
Wonderful. Appreciate that answer. And I've got a few seconds left. Rural communities across the U.S., we will always be faced with these weather-related challenges, and I was pleased that the FY 2023 budget request for USDA included the WFPO funding in it as well. Should Congress provide funding to address project or watershed-specific challenges through the WFPO in FY 23, how confident are you that the NRCS can put those funds to good use?
Well, I'm confident they can, as long as we continue to increase the staffing levels. I think the key here is not just increasing the resources, but making sure that you've got the staff on the ground that can implement these resources in a proper way.
Great. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you.